Please welcome Aodhrua Fitzgerald.
What's up? Hello, I'm Aodhrua. You may recognize me from the picture on the bus. I'm here today to talk to you about my experience as a medicinal cannabis patient in a country where you may have noticed it's still illegal. Yeah, a bit of a shitty buzz. Oh, take stairs. Because I actually, last year I was diagnosed with cancer, Ewing sarcoma. Probably never heard of it. Speaking Milan. And, well, I've since died. My death brought far too much joy to many people. I'm managing though. A lot has changed, of course, since then. When I was first diagnosed, I was unemployed. I've since been promoted. I'm now disabled. I'm hoping if I keep it up at this rate, by this time next year, I could be a war widow. Of course, you know, it's a very strange experience being diagnosed as a Canadian, because I was like, okay, I'm going to take this experience and I'm going to turn around, I'm going to, get joy out of it and get humour out of it. And I sat down, I was like, I can look at cancer from a different perspective, and after about 10 minutes, I was like, fuck. Should have gotten AIDS. I had so many jokes about it. But, fingers crossed. You can all help me. I don't even like heroin, I just like sharing needles. Where was it? Cancer. Hospital. I was. That's good, man. You were paying attention. The test at the end. This feels like I'm giving a lecture, except no one's going to learn anything, and a lot of us are going to forget a lot of shit. Oh yeah. So, but then, it's strange because I get to see it from, this perspective, because we all by now know cannabis is a medicine, yeah? But what's unfortunate is, in countries, especially in, for example, the position we have where it's still illegal, patients, we actually don't get to hear firsthand from them because they quite commonly have to hide. Because it's hard enough to run away from the police, limping away. Sometimes I think they pick on us just because we're the slowest to get away. That's the only reason K is illegal, just fuck it, they're easy to catch. You just put on Thriller all the time, they don't actually know you're on it. K in cancer there. Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, but we have to hide, and it's a viewpoint we don't usually get to see. People treat you quite differently. One of the strangest ones I've gotten since I have the cane is I have two reactions people get. Either one, people think, oh look at him, the dickhead. Yeah, I know a few of you did it when I walked up there earlier. But people in wheelchairs don't get that problem. Oh, he's just trying to look like a pimp. The other one is that people assume I'm thick because my legs don't quite work. I never got where that came from. Just oh look at your hands, it's awful stupid. I haven't even worked out legs yet. I did that when I was a fucking kid. One thing I will say, generally people are quite sound to you when they do notice that you are in the spasticated ways, or I'm allowed, don't you get it? Oh, that's terrible, you might offend yourself. Ian Jury or Sexy Penguin. But people, first of all, assume you're a lot nicer than you actually are, and you get away with a lot more. People are really nice to you, except for for some reason, movie producers seem to like casting us as supervillains. I don't know where that stereotype started of the entire limping, kind of caney, type evil genius. I could see them somehow, you know, in a studio somewhere, writing a film, just like, yeah, but we want to make people dislike him. Make him a little disabled. You know, maybe make him dyslexic too. And it's important that you do hear from these viewpoints, because we're fed complete shit in the media constantly. Remember that, 10 years when all the newspapers discovered the word skunk? And just wrote all these new shit about it. And it's because people getting fed that shit that people like me don't get fed our medicine. And, for example, the reason why the Irish government gives that we can't use medicinal cannabis for ourselves is that they say it is dangerous, that cannabis can exacerbate certain mental illnesses such as schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. I suppose that's a fair enough point because, you know, a serious illness as schizophrenia is, it's nothing a few years in prison won't sort out. You know, that's really the main problem in those situations. It's like, oh, you've been a bit depressed lately. We should expose you to gang culture. And it's in everywhere. Just the Irish Times, reputable paper. Remember when those lads died after taking the bad yolks out on sale? And don't laugh at that bit, that's not the joke. But they reported, and it was PMMA, remember, and they said PMMA is commonly sold on the street as Dr. Death. No, it's fucking not. Who would buy that? That kind of gram of death. Oh, I love those ecstasy tablets. You should try these misery ones. The same article had a source with no joke. It was put down as Mary is a regular drug user in Tralee. They had a junkie as a source. I don't trust junkies with the news. I wouldn't trust a junkie with the weather. You know, it's like, oh, it's bleeding hot. No, it's fucking cold. The money was later spent on a hostel. And they said, she said that 2CB is a mixture of acid and ecstasy. And that's just not true. And this kind of shit gets printed in papers. Today, there was another report came out, and it said that cannabis users are at a higher risk of stroke. And then if you read in the full article, it said that of all the people who they studied, all except one were regular tobacco smokers as well. And that's the equivalent of saying that milk is bad for kids because you've been giving them white Russians. But the thing is, it's up to each and every one of us to do this. This is with drug talk. You know, it's all about drugs and awareness. Usually those don't go that well together. But this is what we're trying to do, is we want to make this is a normalization process. We want people to see that this is normal. This is something that is going on all the time. For every person up here that is speaking about illnesses and medicinal cannabis and shit like this, there are 100 more who have to hide. For every recreational user who can openly speak, there's 100 more who have to hide. And we can be the beginning of that thing. And that's what we are trying to do today. And I hope you all can do that with me.